stripping the mayor of power to appoint a certain board. A New Orleans-based state rep has filed a bill to possibly reshape who's appointed to the board of the Orleans Parish Communications District, or the 911 call center.
Yeah, and now the bill limits who the mayor can appoint. WDSU investigative reporter Cassie Sherm has the latest.
Well, right now the mayor appoints the director as well as all the board members when it comes to the 911 center. But this new legislation would give the council the right to appoint some as well, giving some checks and balances to the department.
Well, I'm sure the mayor's not very happy about it. She probably takes it very personally. But these reforms will basically continue even after she's gone.
Political analyst Ed Shervanak says Bill HB 757 will take away some of the New Orleans mayor's power when it comes to the 911 center board.
So it's it's an institutional change that we're witnessing.
The bill would take away 3 appointees from the mayor and give 4 to the city council. The OPCD board is made up of the police chief, EMS, fire chief, Homeland Security, to name a few. This comes after WDSU uncovered former director Tyrell Morris wrecked his government-issued vehicle last year and broke state and federal laws by giving WDSU altered OPCD policy documents, making it seem Morris didn't have to take a blood or alcohol test following the crash. But metadata from the document given to WDSU shows Morris altered the documents 17 minutes after WDSU first questioned him, putting the incident on state lawmakers' radar.
Your station discovered was that the metadata, that document was changed shortly after the accident. That's extremely concerning. We need to have honesty, integrity, and transparency when operating any one of our public safety districts. And so 911 is no different. Perhaps the council has more oversight.
According to the Office of Inspector General, he also filed a false insurance report stating he was the one who was hit when crime camera video we obtained shows that wasn't the case.
Terrell, do you have any comment that you would like to share about the findings so far?
We have no comments.
City Council then called for his immediate suspension after our reporting, while Mayor LaToya Cantrell said he would stay on.
Tyrell Morris, director of OPCD, is a vital part of our public safety team, as has been demonstrated over the past 5 years as I've been mayor, and that's something that we will continue.
It was then up to the Orleans Parish Communication District Board, which is appointed by the mayor, to decide. However, the board never came up with a decision. Morris instead resigned. Having an entire board all appointed by one person, could that cause some issues when it comes to decision making?
You know, if they're all appointed by the mayor, the single individual, you know, they're not going to offend the mayor because their positions rely on keeping the mayor happy. And so it basically really limits their ability to be independent and make decisions that may offend what the mayor wants.
This push for the council to have more control comes after taxpayers voted to give the council confirmation hearings over the mayor's top 12 appointees, including the police chief. This new bill will include the 911 director to be added to the list.
They're tired of mayoral administrations running over the city council and making decisions without city council input.
Now again, this legislation was just introduced, so it still needs to be voted on. But after speaking with multiple lawmakers from Orleans Parish, they say they are in favor of this bill. Reporting here at the 911 Center, I'm Cassie Sherm, WDSU Investigates.
So the session runs until early June, so it's not yet clear when this bill could come up in the House or the Senate. We reached out to the 911 call center as well as the mayor's office for comment, and they did not call us back.
So we're looking out the window, and